I'm Jonathan Mumm at the Western Pacific Railroad Museum in Portola, where you don't just watch the displays. We'll take a look in high definition coming up in tonight's California Postcard.
It's always fun going to a railroad museum where you actually see some of the equipment in operation.
But how much more fun would it be if you could drive the locomotive yourself?
Which is the idea behind the rent-a-locomotive program at the Western Pacific Railroad Museum in Portola. Although strictly speaking, you don't drive a locomotive, you run it.
All right, I'm wrong. I think anybody can do it.
Well, after all, it's just a matter of switches and levers and things.
Yeah, this is the reverser. We go forward in that direction, or over here for reverse, and this is the throttle.
Don't forget the brake. That is 120 tons of locomotive you're driving here.
Yeah, pretty good brakes, but it's still a lot of weight to stop.
They've been letting train buffs get their hands on the controls for some 20 years now. All because one day a tourist asked how much the engineer on duty might charge to let him do it, and then didn't balk at the $60 figure the guy pulled out of thin air. To the former railroad engineer who founded the museum, though, it seems strictly a one-time thing.
I didn't think people would pay $60 just to sit on the seat. I used to get paid to do that. But it turned out that that's our main fundraiser now, and a lot of people get a lot of enjoyment out of that.
It's $100 an hour these days to run the switch engine. A bit more to get behind the controls of a bigger locomotive. The locomotives aren't the only exhibits you can get up close.
We let people walk up and down the rows of equipment. There's some equipment that they can climb on.
There's an old World War II era troop sleeper, still outfitted like it was back then, even though it saw service as an Alaskan youth hostel in between.
And it's one of very few remaining that is complete inside. It still has bunks for 30 people.
You'll also see a 1927 rotary snowplow, and from 1939, Western Pacific's first diesel. Adding just the right touch, modern-day Union Pacific trains roll along the tracks next door.
A lot of heavy traffic gets funneled into California through Portola, and it's still a very strategic rail route today.
Which means when you throw your reverser and let off the brake, you'll be in good company. In Portola, Jonathan Mumm, News 10.